think a lot of times society thinks that mental illness is wrong to have, and that I think a lot of people get confused, and they think that, but they have to understand that you're born with it. It's not like you decide to all of a sudden have mental illness.
For me, the stigma of mental illness has been one of the largest barriers to overcome in dealing with having a mental illness. You know, coming out of, you know, all the treatment into society where, you know, people use phrases like, you know, psycho, loony bin, whack job, nut, and any of those is really difficult. You know, it's hard not to take those personally, and it's hard to let those just roll off.
My best friend has a brother who has a lot of mental illness, and I remember early on, before we really knew what was going on with him, sitting at the kitchen table, and she had said, you know, loony, and that's what she would call him. And like looking back now as an adult, I remember his face, and I remember what that did to him.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know why.
Psycho, I think. Psycho is one of them. I saw this one show where someone was desperate to prove to someone they weren't bipolar because they thought that that was a word, you know, that was a word that meant psycho.
So, you know, don't be manic, or God, she's acting so bipolar. You know, I mean, it is. People just say things like that to indicate a mood swing or what they think is just irrational behavior.
You do something that's unnormal, and people all of a sudden, you need help, you need to be checked out, you need medication, girlfriend, that kind of stuff.
I think that stigma probably comes from mostly misinformation that we've been fed, a lot of it through Hollywood, or I guess just images that we see that are greatly exaggerated, media, Hollywood, press, to make good stories for entertainment purposes.
And now they're telling me I'm crazy over here because I don't sit there like a goddamn vegetable. It don't make a bit of sense to me. If that's what being crazy is, then I'm senseless, out of it, gone down the road wacko. But no more, no less.
You also see way more movies where people have the stereotypical kind of illnesses, and perhaps some of the symptoms and experiences that they have aren't even really associated with those diseases. I think that they play a huge role in educating, but I also think that they take advantage of maybe what they think people would want to see, as opposed to what maybe is more realistic.
I just want to see her smile again. I just want her to know that I don't care about the scars. So, I stick a razor in my mouth and do this to myself. And you know what? She can't stand the sight of me.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
You know, in the news even, you know, if there's a crime that's committed, a lot of times it's attributed to a potential mental illness, and there's this perception that people who are mentally ill are also dangerous, which is so false.
I think he's dangerous. He's not crazy, but he's dangerous.
You don't think he's crazy?
No, he's not crazy.
Dr. Sanji?
I don't think he's overly psychotic, but I still think he's quite sick.
You think he's dangerous?
Absolutely so.
It does really bother me anytime that anything happens in the world that seems inexplicable or rather horrific, an action on the part of an individual that is automatically blamed on mental illness.
Not knowing what his mental illness was, he was called crazy and loony, and I saw that was hurtful.
I just want to make people aware sometimes that words can hurt, that the words are important, and they can sometimes make the stigma worse for people. Sometimes you never know who might be affected by what you say.
Won't you